So let me just give you this little insight here before we even start this, because we have an all-star cast here. We have Captain Kirk, Gary Coleman, Tori Spelling for 90210, and then we have Jason Brooks. Hallmark went all out, and then we have ad upon ad upon ad to keep with these high class actors here, like Warner Brothers. We had so many Chiquita Banana. We had so many sponsors that it's not even funny. And also, me editing this, tell me if I'm right. So Tori Spelling character Carol, I assume, because I'm writing this right before I see the movie, so let's just get that out of the way. So let's just say that Carol is not that nice of a person, and what basically happens to her is people, or ghosts, come along and tell her that if she keeps being this way, she's going to die alone, or she's going to die horribly and with a lot of regret. So in the future. Am I right?
Ooh, I'm the ghost of Christmas.
I actually like Christmas. Why was he here?
We cut to Carol watching a show and laughing at a woman who is doing what she's doing, wallowing in her past trauma, but also making everyone walk on eggshells around her. The host of the TV show is done by Captain Kirk. I listen to him. And when I mean eggshells, I mean we're in war and I already stepped on a landmine by being on the battlefield. Reminds me of another host. Okay, so you know the joke. Carol takes people for granted while thinking of herself because of her trauma until 3 ghosts come around, but if I end it here, I've done a 3-minute review, which, I'm not opposed to doing that, but also, no. We get some romance between Jimmy, I don't know what she does, and Carol's assistant Roberta and her daughter Lily. Honestly, if we followed these 3, I think we would have had our Hallmark movie rolling and paid by the end of it, but no, we got Carol. Carol goes to sleep only to wake and smell fire. She runs out the room angry but finds herself alone. A woman's voice calls to her as we see her aunt, Marla. She says she's to walk to Earth looking, dead, because of all the ill will she's done while she was alive.
Okay, be kind and not look like a walking corpse. Not for Carol, but pretty easy.
She comes to tell her to change her ways or be like her. Again, simple, got it.
You made me a star. I had another word in mind, but it rhymes with rich.
But we're not done here, are we? Marla says she'd be visited by 3 ghosts, and the first will be at 12. And what time is it? I don't know, this is a dream.
Or is it?
Yeah, it's 1:06. Oops, just missed me, but Carol goes back to sleep.
Better safe than sorry.
What did Roberta put in that tea? Too weird. Too weird.
Oh God, the ghost can reverse time. Run! Run for the love of God, run!
The Ghost of Christmas Past arrives. He takes Carol to the past where we see Carol in a play at her first Christmas as her Aunt Marla begins changing things. It's kind of obvious now why she turned out the way she did. We cut to another play as she was in where she meets John, a kind and sweet man who helps the homeless as the two dated for some time, even going to propose, but the theater calls. We cut to her on her own TV show as we see Carol being late thanks to Marla. John is begging her to pick him, but once more, acting and Aunt Marla come first. John breaks up with her as we cut to a limo as Aunt Marla, wasn't so nice, ish, basically uses Carol, then makes her life into nothing while Marla controls it. We also get a shot of Marla's funeral when no one else is really there. Carol's soon-to-be life. Carol demands to go back as she realizes, while in denial, that this is what her life could be like. She jolts awake finding William Shatner on Guess Who's Our Next Ghost. No, really, you're gonna be so surprised who you find out who our next ghost is. His name is Dr. Bob, since he's a TV show host as well, and he will be our ghost of Christmas present.
Don't tell me we're here to do a Christmas drug deal.
This is where your assistant Roberta lives.
This movie is PG. Yeah, I'm shocked too.
Carol finds out her assistant Roberta is living in poverty while she's in riches. Jesus. But thankfully, Roberta, Jimmy, and Lily are happy and are having a good time, but Carol just can't understand why. Simply, they have each other. Oh, but trouble comes with Frank.
Huh?
The deadbeat who left Roberta whenever she was pregnant.
Why was this not a movie on its own? It's so different, and Hallmark would maybe get some brownie points if they had done it correctly. I mean, they did it pretty well with the Navy one. So why not? And also, they did it pretty damn well with the one about the recently deceased mother having just the, hey, remember me by this, by the 12 days of Christmas shit that I had already planned out because I'm already gonna die.
He gives her papers saying he can give her better. Yeah, no, you're not being there for what, 10 plus years? No, ain't gonna happen. And he's only back because his new wife can't have a kid. We then cut to Carol's sister's Beth's place. Again, the family's happy just being with each other.
I know.
And the smile. Marley.
God bless you.
Okay, the kid's got a sixth sense. Or he's gonna die soon. Either way, it's weird.
Since Carol can't take to seeing her sister so happy and reading the Christmas Carol, we cut to John? Okay, good to see him alive and well, but why? He's helping make food for the shelter, but why? No time to see. Christmas Past drops her off to be killed by the children of the corn, telling her to find her own way back. A car is waiting for her, no, literally, like, right behind her. She gets in, and the limo begins spewing electricity. Now she's really going to be the ghost of Christmas Past. The door opens as she's blinded by her own studio. Yeah, and her limo driver is the ghost of Christmas Future. Cool, odd, different, go off. We see Carol doing her Christmas special about the children hating their parents. Oh boy. Carol sees her ways and quits before Jimmy falls behind, thanking the producers for being dicks. We then cut to years later when Carol, now a senior, is cutting a ribbon for a retirement home to officially be opened. It doesn't get better as we cut once more to her funeral as senior Roberta and young Jimmy. Yeah, that's a little weird. I don't know why he's young, but maybe he's part vampire. Oh yeah, and Roberta lost custody of Lily. On what legal grounds? It ends with Carol in the casket, the doors closing, as now, past, present, and future wounded deep in her mind. She begins to right the wrong, and the show goes on, and she definitely has a change of heart, doing good and telling off her producer. Carol goes to visit Beth, and John comes over.
Tell us these two need to get together harder.
Then we had the most sloppiest kiss on the Hallmark Channel. Like, this can get an R rating. That's how bad it is. And we end up with them reading A Christmas Carol as the three ghosts watch from the window. Good. Tori Spelling does a good job at being the bitchy host. Like, I feel bad for her coworkers. I like the message about how abuse of power can carry on to others, also showing how much it can change a person into being a monster. Then no one will be by your side, taking people for granted, but you need to cherish them in the end. I made myself depressed now. I like how they also don't show how bad everything can be. Just from being by each other, everyone can have a good time, and I think that's a good message to have. Even in the worst situations, you can still have a good time. Like, everyone is a good actor, even for the goofy moments. Everyone is having a good time, and it just looks like everyone is having fun in this production. Bad. The number of people who keep hitting on or not seeing Carol is kind of hilarious. I was waiting for everyone to do a walkout just to piss her off. Or at least they'll be able to be with their families on the holidays. Holy cow, the production placement. They even got A-list celebrities for this. We had Coke, Sprite, Barks, Pringles, Goldfish, Quaker Oats, Panda Express, even the Looney Tunes. Well, Warner Brothers in general. The longer we make them wait, they will respect you. Yeah, no, there are actors blacklisted because of this. That and being on time makes a golden actor, no matter the skills you have. In all honesty, if Carol's part was just simply that she was a terrible person, then she suddenly met John, making her change her ways, I think that would have been something a little bit better instead, John knowing Beth and her husband. I know it was kind of on the nose, but still. Ooh, why aren't you scared?
Because I'm a ghost hunter. Why would I be scared?
Isn't it Halloween?
No, it's December 23rd.
Oh. Bye.